Okay, so I finally finished Strange Antiquities, and I really just wanted to come on and have a chat about it, talk to you guys about my feelings about the game. And this is not scripted. I'm probably going to stumble over my words, but I just wanted to embrace a casual, chatty vibe with this one, tell you about my thoughts about Strange Antiquities, compare it a little to Strange Horticulture, and yeah, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please do keep watching. Strange Horticulture is so special to me. I remember buying it a while ago, and it was actually a game that I was saving to record on the channel, but like most games I buy, I never did. It just sat there, and one day I'd had enough. I thought, you know what, I'm probably never going to record this. I want to play this game. So I just downloaded it and started playing, and I do remember the feeling of it. It was so special to me to be able to do that. After saving games for so long to record, to actually get to play one that I had been waiting to play was it was just magic. It was a magic feeling. So I think that's where a lot of my love for Strange Horticulture comes in. Just the feeling of it, of being able to sit down and play something I'd wanted to play for so long. So when Strange Antiquities was announced, I was so excited. I knew that I would play it day one and I would love it. And spoiler alert, I did. I loved it so much. I have actually now finished. I have completed the game, and I think there's multiple endings, but obviously I've just got the one ending so far. I am tempted to go back in and play more of it, but it was a long game. It took me quite a few hours to get through, so I don't know if I'll be rushing back in to get a different ending just yet, because honestly I'm really satisfied with the ending I got. Now I just want to say that hopefully there won't be any spoilers in this little review. I will do my best to not spoil anything and more just talk about my thoughts and feelings regarding the game itself and the things that I liked and maybe what I didn't like. I'm also going to try really hard not to compare it to Strange Horticulture, though that is difficult because obviously they're the same developer, made by the same team, and my goodness, it just looks so similar. When you start off Strange Antiquities, it has the same look, the same vibe, the same feel. It is almost like going back in and playing Strange Horticulture all over again. Nothing really has changed except the objects that you are trying to identify and give out the right objects to the customers. And you know what? I love it. I love that nothing changed. I love that it's the same. The biggest change was going from plants to little trinkets and objects like that. And I do admit, I feel that I enjoyed the plant aspect more, only because I enjoy plants and gardening and flowers and things like that. So I really loved the flora side of things with Strange Horticulture more so than the trinket side of things with Strange Antiquities. But you know, it's still wonderful. It's still very much the same game. So if you loved horticulture, you will absolutely love Antiquities. And there's so many different aspects added to Antiquities as well. With Strange Horticulture, you had only one map to explore, and you do get additional places to explore with Antiquities, which actually raises the difficulty level a little bit, I will admit. You do have more things to try and figure out what to do and where is the right place to go for this puzzle, but I loved it. It definitely felt more on the advanced side compared to horticulture, so that actually gave it that little edge. I really did enjoy the difficulty of the puzzles. I will admit I got stuck on some of them, so I did have to Google what some of the answers were. And there's no shame in that. I don't have any shame in Googling for answers if I am stuck too much. It's not something that I do straight away. I at least attempt to to get through the puzzle by myself. But I did have to have, a tab open to try and find out the answers to some things. But I got through the whole game with doing all the puzzles and identifying all of the objects. So that was really cool. I'm really proud of that. And I also will say the story was wonderful. It felt very similar to Strange Horticulture, though I found it a little bit easier to follow, and it wasn't as complicated as Strange Horticulture, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if you've actually played both of those games or maybe just one of them, but the story itself was similar with Strange Horticulture, so maybe that's why I didn't feel as confused. I've already been immersed in this mysterious world of Undermere for quite some time now, so it just felt like a familiar story. It felt like curling up in bed and grabbing a book that you've read before, and suddenly there's a couple of new chapters added. So it's all just so familiar to me, but comforting, and it's just such a great feeling. I love that everything with Strange Antiquities felt familiar. The art style, the characters, just the whole vibe, the look of it, it was fantastic. It reminded me so much of Strange Horticulture, and I do love that they stayed true to the art style, the vibe, the general overall look and feel of the game. They could have done something different, but I'm so glad that they didn't, because like I said, going back into it, it was just so familiar and wonderful, and I love it. I love it so much. Of course, we also had a shop cat, which I very much appreciated, and I made sure to give him a pat every single day, sometimes multiple pats per day. And I did really love how the cat actually featured quite heavily in some places with Strange Antiquities, and you would get customers coming in and mentioning the cat, which I just thought was a really sweet addition, because this cat is a huge feature in the game. It just sits right there. And something else I also really enjoyed was if you put down objects or antiquities in front of the cat, he bats them off like cats tend to do. So I thought that was a really nice little addition, and I love that they kept with the same theme of having that shop cat. He was just adorable, so beautiful. I think overall, if you enjoyed Strange Horticulture, you are going to love Strange Antiquities. It is pretty much the same game, but with different things to identify and explore, and a lot more puzzles as well. So if you enjoyed the puzzle aspect of Strange Horticulture, Antiquities just has so much more. And one other thing I really enjoyed was the interactivity of your little shop and the workplace. There's actually things that you can interact with around your shop that are puzzles themselves, and I didn't know how to do them at first. I didn't actually look it up, but it wasn't something that I managed to do straight away. Those little shop puzzles were something that I eventually got to and eventually understood, and it was so cool knowing that those puzzles are there, but you don't have to do them. right away, just like all the other puzzles. You get little bits of clues and little bits of paper and trinkets to try and work out what to do with them. And if you're not feeling that puzzle right away, you don't have to do it. You can sit on it, just continue serving the customers, pat the cat, try and identify your objects, and then you can just get to the puzzles when you feel like it. It does feel very casual and calm in that way. There's no real rush or pressure. It's just, you know what, if you want to do this now, go for it. You can work on that. If you don't feel like doing that today, that's okay. You can serve the customers. And I will say there's also a little hint system. So that in itself is awesome. And I did access the hint system. I will admit I used the hints as well as a little walkthrough when I got very stuck, but the hints were fantastic. Often there were multiple hints just to kind of nudge you in the right direction, so I do love that. I don't want the answer in itself. I want to be gently guided to the answer, and that's what it did most of the time, so I really appreciated that. I honestly hope they continue to make games just like this. It could be Strange Anything and I'll sit down to play it. Strange Cartography, Strange Alchemy, Strange Felines, whatever. I will be there day one to play it, as long as they stay true to what they have done so far, and I definitely think that they will. You can see how much love and care has gone into both horticulture and antiquities, and there is just so much more to explore in the world of Undermere, or even beyond. They could take it beyond Undermere, take us to a new place, a new area to discover, something completely different. Oh, I've just got so many ideas rushing in right then, but I would definitely love to see more from this Strange series. It is one that I will continue playing over and over and be on it immediately when they come out. I love them so much. Well, that was my very casual, non-scripted, off the top of my head take on Strange Antiquities. I just really wanted to come on and share my thoughts and feelings with you, and maybe some people will be interested in that, maybe not. Maybe I should get back to writing and scripting things, but you know, experimenting is the name of the game, and I just love these casual chats as well. I love games, I love talking about games, I love playing games. So if I can come on here and talk to you about a game that I've loved and you guys loved it too and enjoyed this video, then you know, my job is done and I'm happy. So I really do hope you enjoyed this little casual review. If you haven't played Strange Horticulture or Strange Antiquities, please go and play it. You'll love it. If you are a point and click puzzle lover in a cozy setting, come on, please. You're gonna love this. I will say that they are some of my favorite games to sit down and relax with. I've just had the best time playing both, and it actually makes me want to go back in and play horticulture again. But I'm going to leave that here. I'm rambling again. I cannot help it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day. Bye.